Okay, making a bit of noise here. Having a look at a FT680R. These are a good radio. This is a clean one. This is really clean. Seriously, don't get them normally as clean with brackets and everything and all the bits that, you know, make life a little bit simpler for people that want to actually use these things. Anyway, just thought we'd do a bit of a quick run. I'm just running a bit of receive on it at the moment. Running a tone up at 50 megs, and let's just see, let's see if we can take that down a fair way. So we'll go to our level here, and we'll take that level right back down, which will break the squelch in a second. I think I had it squelched. Yeah, we broke the squelch. And so let's just get over the right. It's better. You can actually hear it better here. Where are we down to? 0.5 a microvolt. Still hearing it. Yeah, she's a winner. 0.4 of a microvolt. Still hearing it well. 2 of a microvolt. Yeah, that's pretty good. Just starting to lose it there. Yeah, but you can hear it coming back. Yeah. Whoops. I'm quite getting down to 123 dBm, minus 123. I'll tell you what, it's pretty good. I would call that 0.5. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go up to 54 megs. So I need to move this fella up a little bit to 54. It's alright, don't mind me. Steps on this thing is here. No, it's here. Fast, right. Not on the sideband, it'll take us forever. Sorry, they had a 1 meg up on these things. I don't think they did. No, that's right. Yeah, of course, you just went into faster. Yes, they're quite fast. So we're going to have to call it 53999, aren't we? So we just bring our step back a bit. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, so 53999 back to 50 megs. And for the sake of this test here, we will actually put 53.999 in there because it will make a difference. Frequency, I'm an idiot, 53. Oh, jeez, I'm going well here. Try this again. Alright, 53.999 megahertz, righto, level. Let's have a look here. Oh, sorry, I've got to get into so I can hear it. Let's bring that up again. So we're listening to a tone there. About 0.5 microvolt, just starting to lose it down there. So from one end of the band, it does vary a little bit. And as we bring it up, loud. Yeah, certainly working there. All right, well, let's just see. Pretty happy that it's got a ability to. I might just do a test on FM initially. So 53999. Oh, actually, you know what? It's easier just to click one. I'll just go over to 50 megs. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now let's have a look there. I just remember all the operating. They had some. What am I thinking of? Oh, they had some switches underneath on these things too. Yeah, actually, we'll get to that in a second. Good point. Let me just do that now. Something you'll find with the 480s, 680s, 780s, get it right. They all did vary on how they did things depending on which release you got. Now, this one had the sat option there, the scan, busy, etc. there. That's not focusing very well, is it? And the burst, which you'll never use, so we'll keep that off. On the back here, you had a memory backup button as well. So that was the other little feature that they did there. Okay, so I just have a bit of a look here. I've decided to put it on 50.110, 1 2 3 4 5, and we've got about 15.2 watts sitting there. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. That's good. Let's just check. We've got some SSB stuff happening. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. Obviously, we're not going to do much on this monitor because it can't actually pick up the sideband side. Don't worry about the power on this, it won't read correctly on the sideband. it's a pain actually. It's something that I'm not happy about. Hang on, where we want to go? AM will be lower power. Yep. And FM full power. 15. Yeah, no, it's doing what it needs to do, which is good. No, look, they're a good radio. They really are. And just to show you on sideband, don't mind my monitor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. They percolate really well. About 15 watts output. Probably a little bit more on sideband, just a tad more, but not a bad little radio. There's a few different things you can do. A little clarifier function so that you can actually just move off and down, up and down the frequency just on the receive side. VFO A, VFO B, high-low power, noise blanker, of course. Then you've got your memory functions and primary tone call, which you'll never use. I should never say that. I mean, who knows? I mean, you might. But yeah, this is gorgeous because it's really clean. I'm actually suggesting it for a mate of mine at the moment. Well, he suggested it first. To be fair, that's what prompted me. But I knew I had this really nice 6 metre one lying around in the 680, 480, 780 mark, sort of market. And I didn't really want to break up the three. But then I worked out I've probably got 2 sets of all these except the 6. The 6 is the only one. 6 is very hard to find. You won't find them very often at all, especially this clean. It's really just a nice, presents well. Sounds like selling a car, doesn't it? But no, it really does. It's and this was obviously out of our museum, so a lot of these bits that I was buying, excuse me, was specifically for the museum to have really good examples. So sometimes I had to, track the world down. Like it was, a lot of this didn't come from Australia. I just couldn't find it. So I paid astronomical freight bills to get a lot of this here, which was, just part of the course. Like it's part of what you've got to do if you're collecting. And, don't regret it, not one bit. It's all been a lot of fun. But, yeah, on 5110, this got a really nice receiver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, look, it's nice. I suppose there's no reason why I couldn't try and get a sideband signal happening over here. Resolution on the 1200s is not great on sideband. It's worth a go. Oh, RF idiot. 50, no, RF 0, 50. 0.110. I've got the wrong glasses on at the moment and it is bothering me. It really is. Right, okay, we're all good there. We're locked, so that's good. Let's just see if we've got some volume, might help. What are we on? So I bet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, see how the resolution, hello, 1, 2. Yeah, resolution's not coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but as you can see on sideband, there's the sideband power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I could muck around with this and do better with the generate lock and try and trick it, but you get the idea. Oop, that's better. And that's the thing. Look, even if you buy an IFR 1200, sometimes the resolution on sideband is pretty ordinary. It's you can muck around with it, but I find half the time I go over and have a listen on a HF radio, that's just sitting in here to monitor what I'm doing, just to get a bit of an idea what I'm listening to. And often, even though we'll set oscillators up and we'll do different things like by the book, I'll tell you what, sometimes I can do it just as fast by ear. If I, obviously that's a bad example for 6 meters up there, but if that was a 6 meter radio and it was, and I knew it was on frequency, I can literally know my own voice, go, hello, test 1, 2, 3, as I tweak the calibrate and go, yep, that's where it needs to be. And you get used to doing that as a tech, you really do. They sound like shortcuts, and they are. But generally when you do that, you're within a few hertz of, and I mean a few hertz, sort of 10, 20, 30 hertz of where the book says it needs to be. So you're really not noticeable. And depending on the type of voice you've got and how it projects on radio, well, sometimes that can play with frequency just a little bit too. Minor, very minor. That's really being a bit over the top. Anyway, all right. Well, that's a good little radio. Very clean. If my chap doesn't want this one, we'll be putting this one up on Facebook, VK Class, Classifieds, etc. And what am I looking at the moment? Oh, this is I actually pulled this off the bench at the moment. I've got a, I don't know if you know, 120Vs with and 120Ss with their fault width. It's down here. They have a fault where they, generally it's under this board here. There's a little board carrier board that's under there. And I'm still not convinced that the 2SC460s I've put in there are not actually the problem. So, and what it does, it eliminates the buffer won't work on 15 meters and 10 meters. So that's the big problem when you're doing those. But there are other issues that can happen. Everything from the band selector can give problems. There's a few other issues on the PLL underneath here. Excuse me. So yeah, I don't know. So I just haven't had a chance to sort of get back into that one. But anyway, that was what was on the bench before the 680 came on. So it'll probably be the one that will go back on the bench when this one goes. And although I have got, we'll see. I've got a few inquiries for a couple other bits and pieces I may need to chuck on here. So you never know what will turn up on video. All right, guys, thanks very much. Today's been more about my HR Holden, to be honest, not so much radio. I've been ordering parts for all chrome hinges and what else? Some of the frame struts. I've got these polished aluminium bits going on there. And if you want to know how to spend money, forget radio, trust me. Just start buying, doing up a project car. You'll buy it for half the price, you know, everyone's project, and me included, you'll buy it for half the price once we're finished because we put so much money into it, we can never get it back. But anyway, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? So we're going down that trail. And what else? Oh, and also having a roller door quoted out. Looks like it's all going to be replaced. My big one that is in front of the hoist. So it has been a busy day today. So I've got off my backside and got a little bit done at least. All right, 73s, VK3CM, JDW229. Oh, by the way, just to sing out to the boys, Paul and the boys with the net on Friday night on 20 upper sideband CB radio. I thought that was well run. My apologies. I actually called out to one of the guys in Wangaratta during it, not thinking anyone could hear me, and obviously that wasn't quite the case, so my apologies for that. But I will say, what a really well run net, and the way that excuse me, it interfaces with the Facebook page, the live Facebook page, just absolutely thought that was just amazing. And so what I couldn't hear on the radio, I could hear on the internet. Unfortunately, conditions aren't quite good enough yet for me here. Oh, look, let's be honest, it's not that. It's my bloody antennas. I'm set up for 10 and all the other bands, and I really need to get a serious antenna for 27 megs up, just for doing some of the, you know, the custom radios we've got here. It'd be good to, you know, have a dedicated antenna that might actually get out a bit better. So, yeah, I think the problem's probably more me than it is anything to do with conditions. All right. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for that net. That was a lot of fun. The bits I could hear of it on air was very few, but I definitely could hear a few of you, and then, you know, picking up the rest on the internet was rather good. All right. And that's run by the Central Victoria Club, from memory. There's a Facebook page on Facebook, funny enough, and I'm just trying to think whether it's Central. Yeah, just look up Central Victoria and maybe net, and you should find it. I might see if I can leave a link for it. Anyway, it was good. It was well run by good people. Who I think the only problem they had all night was me coming on when I didn't think I was being heard. Anyway. Again, guys, apologies. All right, all the best, guys. Have a good one. And 5110, it's going to be active soon, guys. So get your 6 meter radios out. Cheers, guys.